Hey, I hope you're good. So, I wanted to talk about insecurities. We all have them. Unless you're the biggest liar to have ever lived, you have insecurities. Now, there's a difference between having insecurities, which is normal, and being an insecure person. So, being an insecure person happens to most people during adolescence and other transitionary phases of life where you're coming from having been one type of a person, which is like a child, to then going through this phase, adolescence, where you are not a child and you are not an adult. That then creates insecurity because your very identity is uncertain, which then brings me to the point, which is that what creates insecurity as a personality is a lot of uncertainty within yourself. So if you are an insecure person, it means you are very unsure of yourself. You are very uncertain of yourself. And there's a different way to work through that, but I'm not discussing that today. Today, I'm talking about insecurities. So you are insecure about your hair, your weight, your body, your race, your gender, your lovability, your dateability, whatever it is, your competence at work, insecurities that we all have in life. This makes you human. But when you have a insecure ego, you can be very uncomfortable with your insecurities and the fact that you have them. So you kind of don't get over that adolescent phase of being insecure, and you try and hide the fact that you're insecure by denying your insecurities, because your insecurities trigger your insecure identity. Once again, not talking about the insecure identity construct. That would need its whole series and a whole lot of teaching, because that speaks to a lot of childhood woundings and traumas that you need to heal from, and then come into a self that is self-determined and capable of doing what you want in this world. And when you're insecure, or when you are feeling insecure as a person, you don't think that you're capable of much in life. And so you are always looking over your shoulder, not sure that you deserve what you have. And then you also want to take down other people because you're insecure. So taking them down makes you feel better, because misery likes company. But insecurities, the normal kind, the ones that we all have, need you to, first of all, accept them. You will always have insecurities. So you may be in your 20s and your insecurity can be your weight and whether or not you're going to get married by the time that you're 30. When you're 30, your insecurities can be your dateability at 30, and the fact that you now have 2 kids with no marriage and or no job and or this or that. Insecurities will happen at every single phase of your life. Now you're in your 40s and your aging is starting to show, and you don't know where the wrinkles came from, but they're there and they seem to not be going anywhere. And you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, you get the point that insecurities will always be there, whether it's by virtue of life, whether it's circumstances and situations that you find yourself in. You will always have insecurities in life, but they're the kind of insecurities that are caused by other people and the people who are insecure around you. So the danger of hanging out with insecure people, people who don't know who they are, people who are not secure in their own identity, is that they are always looking to humble you or drop you down a peg or see the worst in other people, because it makes them feel better about their insecure identity. So when you hang out with people like this, they will create insecurities because they are always low-key poking at things about you. They want you to be as insecure as they are, and so they look at the aspects of you that they can kind of pick on so that you feel insecure about yourself, because they are insecure in who they are. So when you hang out with such people, you will become more insecure. and your insecurities will be exacerbated. But when you have undealt with insecurities, you may think it's okay for someone to treat you like that because, well, you are fat. It's not okay for someone to treat you badly because you're fat, or because you're thin, or because you're black, or because you're white, or because you're Asian, or because you're whatever. The bad treatment, the not funny jokes, the condescension, the slighting, the gaslighting, none of that is okay just because you have the qualities that you feel insecure about. So when you're hanging out with people like that, those are the wrong people if you are wanting to deal with your insecurities and to keep them in check. Because where this is going is that your insecurities are not going to go away. Your relationship with your insecurities is what's going to change. And that is going to make you a more secure person, a more confident person, a more sure of yourself person. And when you become that, the people who are insecure around you don't want you to be that. And so you're going to have a tough time sustaining those relationships. Hence, I say, when you hang out with people who like to poke at your insecurities, make you feel like crap, maybe reconsider the company you keep, because that in and of itself will ensure that whatever inner work or shadow work you're doing around your insecurities is futile. So the first thing is to become aware of your insecurities, as I've alluded to before. Become aware of what are your insecurities. Now, because you avoid this, as most of us do, your insecurities will usually sit in your shadow, where you are unconscious of them because you don't like to look at them. They make you feel insecure, and that's a crap feeling. You'd rather focus on things that make you feel secure, which is normal. But if you don't want your insecurities to hoodwink you or sidestep you or sabotage you, you want to become aware of your insecurities. So, for example, looking at your physical body, you may be insecure about something on your body, your weight, your height, your skin, etc. Becoming aware of the fact that I am insecure about my arms, I'm insecure about my legs, I'm insecure about my boobs, I'm insecure about my penis size, I'm insecure about X, fill in the blank. Become aware of it and own that, like sit in the discomfort of that insecure feeling because it's the truth. Then you want to come to radical acceptance of the thing that you're insecure about. Don't change it from a place of insecurity. Change it from a place of acceptance if it needs to be changed, because not everything you're insecure about needs changing. Sometimes what needs to change is your mindset about that thing, not the thing itself. So you may actually be a healthy weight for your height and age. Your weight doesn't need to change. What needs to change is your relationship with your weight. You may be watching too much content that is telling you that you need to have the latest BBL or the latest surgery or the latest Ozempic this or whatever, and you then feel insecure about your weight, but there's nothing wrong with your weight. Or you could be feeling insecure about your weight because you're overweight or because you're underweight. Either way, wherever you're coming from about the specific thing, you first need to come to acceptance of it, radical acceptance. If you're fat, accept that you're fat. If you're obese, accept that you're obese. If you are skinny and underweight, accept this about yourself. Look at the bones poking out. Don't deny them. Don't avoid them. Don't quickly put on your clothes to avoid what you're looking at. Or even if it's about qualities that you possess. So I'm talking about the body because it's easy to use that as an example, but this applies to characteristics that you have. If you are insecure about your ability to hold conducive conversation with people, your ability to shut your mouth, your ability to talk when you need to talk, whatever it is, whatever qualities you possess that cause you to be insecure. Maybe you were teased and bullied a lot. Maybe you were gaslit a lot. This can cause a lot of insecurities within yourself. Trauma causes insecurities. Wounding causes insecurities. Many things cause insecurities. So whatever it is in yourself that you feel insecure about, come to a radical acceptance of that. Accept that this is what this is about me. Don't try change it from the place of feeling insecure. This is so important. Accept it first. Accept that you are this. Accept that you are that. And also accept what that means. So if you are overweight, it has a certain meaning. If you are arrogant, it has a certain meaning. If you are whatever you are, it has a certain meaning in your life. Accept it. Then determine whether or not you need to change that, and understand that if you're going to change something about yourself, you are going to go through a large phase of feeling insecure about that thing, because you're going to be going through a transition phase, and transition causes insecurity because you are not what you were and you are not where you're going. So you're in this uncertain, insecure phase. So you're going to feel even more insecure about that thing. Hence, it's so important to first come to a place of true and radical acceptance. So if you are going to be losing weight, for example, first accept your weight as you are now. Accept it. You are fat. You are obese. You are morbidly obese, wherever you sit. Accept it. Then if you choose to change it to become a healthy weight for your height and age, accept that you're going to be going through months, perhaps even years of feeling extremely insecure about your weight. If you're going to change your education level because you're insecure about the fact that you didn't even finish matric, you are going to be feeling extremely insecure from the time you're going to register to finish your matric to the time you finish it, to the time you tell people that I am still finishing my matric at 44. You are going to be feeling insecure during that time where you are doing something about the thing that you're insecure about. That's why accepting it becomes important, because when you accept it, you no longer make that thing changing a condition for loving yourself. You no longer make that thing changing a condition for accepting yourself. You are capable of accepting yourself exactly as you are now with your insecurities. So integrating your insecurities means accepting them for what they are, and accepting that what they mean, okay, in your life, and accepting that since you are X, since you have Y, this is what this means in your life, and having a full acceptance of that and integrating that into your idea of yourself. And if that makes you feel extremely uncomfortable and you want to change it, then accept that you're going to be feeling even more insecure about that thing as you're changing. And determine that it is worth it because you really want the change that you are creating in your life. But the thing with insecurities is that you need to learn to consciously live with them and love yourself with your insecurities. And if you're going to do something about them, accept that during the time you're changing that thing you're insecure about, you're going to be even more insecure. And it is so important to be very kind and compassionate towards yourself during that time. Because what happens is that you get tired of being fat because you haven't fully accepted it. You go on a fad diet, you fall off the bandwagon, and you gain even more weight. So you're in a worse place than you started off because you weren't fully accepting your insecurities, and you were wanting to be a false confidence person, which is a person who doesn't accept and integrate your flaws in your confidence. So, in a nutshell, when it comes to insecurities, we all have them. No one is exempt from this in life, but we all deal with our insecurities differently. For most people, the insecurities sit in the shadow, unconscious and unaware. If you want to feel more secure as a person and not have your insecurities run you, the thing you need to do is first come into a conscious awareness of your insecurities, both internal and external insecurities. Then come to a radical acceptance of your insecurities for what they are and what it means for you to have those things that make you feel insecure. And then accept that if you want to change those things, you're going to feel even more insecure for a while to come, until you come to the place of changing that. And the change won't make you love yourself more if you are unable to love yourself with those insecurities. The change is because you want to be in a different status quo as it pertains to that thing that you are transforming within yourself.